So how was your weekend, people? Was good? So welcome to our class. Today is Monday, June 20th, 2022. And this is Wide Angle 1. And we are doing review for Progress Test 3, Units 7, 8, and 9. Okay? So super welcome, Samuel, Jennifer, Isabella, and everybody who is watching the video. Okay? So guys, to begin our activity today, I would like to show you the topics for our review, okay? So here we have some files, as you can see. So in these lessons, we learned the simple past tense, regular and irregular verbs, right? As it says here, the verb to be in the past here. Let me just make it a little bigger so you can see better here. Verb to be, simple past, countable and uncountable nouns, quantifiers like many, much, some, any, okay? Time expressions to talk about the past, okay? And today we're going to see those topics one more time to prepare for our task. So let's take a look here at our page on the platform, the online platform, okay? So here we have what we call online practice, okay? First, I'd like to see the students who are enrolled in our class. So let's take a look here. Our class is this one here, okay? 9 o'clock, 2021, number 59. So let's take a look there. Oh, wow. Only Isabella is enrolled in the class. Look, people, you need to access your class on the platform. This is the code, okay? This code is posted for you on the group description on WhatsApp, okay? So I hope you can do this as soon as possible, all right? Because you need to be here to receive your grade, all right? So only Isabella so far. Okay, people. So congratulations, Isabella. Now, Jennifer, Samuel, Julia, all the others, you need to join your class on the platform, okay? So, based on that, let's see the topics for this test, okay? So, this test involves Unit 7, Unit 8, and Unit 9. Unit 7 talks about reasons. Unit 8, history. And Unit 9, comforts. Okay? So let's take a look here at Unit 7, the topics. I'm not going to do, okay, the activities from the unit, but I want to show you, okay? So here we have reasons. The topic, the vocabulary topic was about the weather. grammar in context. Simple past of the verb to be, okay? Now, in the writing skill tip, we learned about adding information using because. Of course, the unit is about reasons. So, why? Oh, because, okay? So when you're writing, you should know how to use this. Now, lesson 7.2, we talked about famous firsts. So we saw in the vocabulary dates. So how to say dates in English. In the reading practice, we saw understanding and but. Two conjunctions, okay? Grammar in context, we saw the simple past with the verb to be, questions, okay? All right. Then 7.3, around the world. So it was a listening lesson, and we saw the tip of listening for the beginning and ending of sentences. So here we have grammar in context, simple past. Sorry. Excuse me. Regular verbs. Wow, simple past of regular verbs. So we know that regular verbs, they end with ed. In the pronunciation, we learned how to pronounce the regular verbs in the simple past. So we have three different pronunciations, with T sound, with D sound, and with id sound. Unit 7.4, English for real. The topic was apologizing. So apologizing in Portuguese is the same as pedindo desculpas, okay? Of course, the lesson is about reasons. So when you make a mistake, you should apologize, okay? So that's the topic of our video lesson, how to apologize in English. Then the final lesson is the speaking practice, making excuses. Making excuses is the same as dando desculpas. Não pedindo, mas dando desculpas. Quando você faz algo errado ou chega atrasado, você dá uma desculpa. So you make an excuse or you make excuses, okay? 7.6 and 7.7, they are extra. 7.6, they have some games to practice, grammar and vocabulary, and 7.7, it's review. So now we're going to do Unit 7 test, which is a review of the vocabulary, the grammar, and the English for real. Okay? So let's take a look there. All right, people, can you see that? Yes? So let's see what Unit 7 is all about. Let's see the grammar first, okay? All right. Can you see that, people? I know it's a little small. I will try to make it bigger, okay? All right. I think now it's good. So choose the correct words to complete the sentences and questions. So let's see. Number one, they're a family on the beach. What is the best option here? If you can't speak on the microphone, you can write on the message board. So you can give your answer by sending a message. Oh, very good, Samuel. Great, awesome. Okay, so let's see. There was, because a family is singular. So there was a family on the beach. Okay. Number two, the Nguyen family to Vietnam after they lived in China. So here, look, the sentence is in the past. So we should use a verb in the past, okay? No, not at this time, Samuel. Ah, okay. Now it's all right. We have to use a verb in the past. So the Nguyen family returned to Vietnam after they lived in China. Okay, so all the sentence in the simple past and it's affirmative. Okay. Number three, Anna and sorry, Naomi in the office today. Here, the subject is plural, two people, okay? Anna and Naomi. So the first one is not right. The second is not right because this is for singular. So the correct answer is the third, weren't. Okay? Anna and Naomi weren't in the office today. Number four, Otto, 30 minutes for the doctor to arrive. We have to use the simple past in all the sentences, okay? So if you chose the last one, you are correct. Otto waited 30 minutes for the doctor to arrive. Waited is the simple past of the verb to wait. That means esperar in Portuguese. Okay, here, Otto waited in the past. Number 5, she was a good singer, but she a good guitarist. All right, here, the third person, she, is the third person singular, okay? So here, it's affirmative. The second part starts with but. But entails opposition, contradiction. So here we understand it should be negative. So here, she wasn't a good guitarist. Okay, but usually introduces a sentence with an idea of contrast in relation to the first sentence. Okay. So number 6, it's hard on Saturday, so we stayed inside. So here we notice that the sentence is in the past. So we should use a verb in the past. It rained is the best option, okay? It rained hard on Saturday, so we stayed inside. Number 7, the apple red. It was green. So here we understand that we should use negative. Which one is the best option? Weren't or wasn't? Okay, if you chose wasn't, you are correct because the apple is singular. So the apple wasn't red, it was green. Number 8, it's a question. Look, the performance. Answer. The performance was on May 22nd. Okay, if you chose the first one, you are correct. When was the performance? Because the performance is singular. So for singular, we use was. Or in negative sentences, wasn't. Here, it's a question. So we need to choose the question pronoun and the verb to be. Here, we have 2 options, when and where. But look at the answer. On May 22nd. So it's a date. The best option is when, okay? So, number 9, our parents, question again, answer. Our parents work at the bank. Here it's a place. So, what do you think? Okay, if you chose the second option, you are correct. Where were our parents? Where? At the supermarket? At the mall? At the beach? No, our parents were at the bank. So here we need to use the question pronoun and the verb to be in the past. Okay. Now the last one. Question again. Leslie and Petra, artists. Answer. Yes, Leslie and Petra were artists. Very good, Samuel. Excellent. It's a question and the answer is yes. So if the answer is yes or no, it's because we should begin our question with the verb to be or any other verb, not a question pronoun. We should only begin with the verb. So were Leslie and Petra artists? Yes, Leslie and Petra were artists. Okay, let's check the answers. Perfect, okay? So the grammar from Unit 7 is about verb to be in the past, affirmative, negative, and interrogative, and also some verbs that we call regular verbs, okay? Regular verbs in the past, they finish with ed. They have the ending ed to make the past, okay? That's why we call them regular, okay? Like rained, waited, okay? And returned. All right, good. Now let's see the next activity. Now here it's about vocabulary. So in this lesson, we talked about the weather and dates in English. We also saw some time expressions to talk about the past. So let's see here. The first one, it's in Canada in the winter. We have two options, warm and cold. What is the best option? Very good. If you chose cold, you are correct. It's cold in Canada in the winter. Of course, winter is the same as inverno in Portuguese. So it's cold in Canada. Okay. Now, number 2, 22nd is the first or the second option? Yes, the second option. 22nd is the ordinal number that we use when we talk about dates. Okay, so dates in English, we always express them with ordinal numbers. Okay, number 3, I hope there is for the wedding day. There are 2 options: nice weather and rain. So, what do you think the person is saying here? Of course, nice weather, because the wedding day is dia do casamento, wedding day. So, if you want rain, then it's not good. It's better to have nice weather. Okay. Now, number 4, 1222 is the first or the second option? The first. Yes, here we are giving time information. We are saying the time or telling the time. So 12:22 is this time. Okay. Number 5, it's nice to run when it is outside. Okay, if you chose cool outside, it's better because there were 2 options, cool and hot. It's not nice to run when it's hot outside. No, it's uncomfortable. Now, when it's cool outside, then it's okay. It's nice to run. Cool is the same as fresquinho or fresco in Portuguese. Okay? Now, number 6. How can we say this year? The first or the second options? The first, 1981. So here we should say the dates, the years in pairs. We divide the year in pairs. So we say first the two numbers and then the other two. So here, the first one is 19. The second one is 81. So 1981. Okay. Now, number 7. I don't like driving when there is a lot of there are two options, snow and sky. So if you said snow, you are correct. So I don't like driving when there is a lot of snow. Okay, so snow is the same as neve in Portuguese. So driving when there is a lot of snow, it's not good. Okay. Number 8. Here we have a date. So how do we say this date? March 6th or June 3rd? Very good. If you said June 3rd, you are correct because first we say the month and then we say the day. So June 3rd. Now here I can't see the sun. There are dark in the way. Two options, winds and clouds. Okay, if you said clouds, you are correct. There are dark clouds in the way. And now the last one. It's very today. So we want to go to the beach. Two options, cool and hot. Of course, it's very hot today. So we want to go to the beach. All right? Yes? So I hope you got everything right. Let's check. Great. Perfect. So this was Unit 7, Vocabulary. If you can take a picture, it's a good idea. Now let's go to the last part of Unit 7, English for Real. That's the video lesson. Remember, apologizing. So let's take a look. Choose the correct words to complete each conversation. The first one. Hey, that's my bike. That one is your bike. What does the person say? Oops, sorry, or no problem. Okay, the best one should be oops, sorry, because by mistake, you took the other person's bike, not yours. Okay, so you should say sorry. All right. Number two, you didn't return my call. Oh, I'm so sorry. Two options. I was very busy or I didn't want to. Yes, we should be polite, not rude. So if we choose I didn't want to, we are sounding too rude. So the best option is I was very busy. Okay? So you make an excuse to say why you didn't return his call. Number three, I'm sorry I was late. What does the other person say? Don't worry about it, or I'm really sorry. The first one, if someone arrives late and excuses himself or herself, of course, I will say, oh, don't worry about it. It's okay. All right. Now, number four, your bag just hit me. Do you understand the meaning of this sentence? Yes or no? Maybe you do. So if you don't say anything, I will understand that you know the meaning. So your bag just hit me. Oh, so what does the other person say? First option, say sorry or sorry about that. The second one, okay. You are talking to the person. So the person says, oh, your bag just hit me. You say, oh, sorry about that. Okay. Number five, sorry, I missed your art show. It's because da 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 da. The other person says, that's okay. So, what is the best reason? First option, my son was sick. Second option, your work wasn't good. The first one, yes, of course. It's because my son was sick. Now, number six. Oh, I'm sorry. I spilled your coffee. Spilled is the same as derramei or derramou. In this case here, derramei. Okay? So I spilled your coffee. What do you say? Two options. No problem or sorry about that. The first one. No problem. So you should always be polite, okay? Now, number 7, you're 2 hours late for work. Oops. What does the employee say? There are 2 options. The first, I'm so sorry, my bus didn't arrive. Or, oops, my bus didn't arrive. The first one, oh, I'm so sorry, my bus didn't arrive. Okay. Number 8, ouch, you stepped on my foot. So, you stepped on my foot in Portuguese is você pisou no meu pé. Okay? So, what do you say? There are 2 options. The first one, no problem. The second one, oops, sorry. Yes, the second one. Oops, sorry. Because apparently the other person is a friend. So you accidentally stepped on his foot or her foot. Number 9, I'm sorry I turned off your TV program. So what do you say? It's okay, it was an accident, or oops, sorry, it was an accident. The best one, it's okay, it was an accident, because the other person is excusing himself because she turned or he turned off your TV program. So you say, oh, don't worry, it's okay. It was an accident. Okay. The last one, you didn't eat the pizza. Sorry about that. It's because it's not very good, or I can't eat cheese. The second one, yes, this one is more polite. You should say, it's because I can't eat cheese, and never like, oh, it's not very good. That's why I don't want it. Okay, so it's not polite to say that. So let's check the answers. Great, everything perfect. Okay, if you want, you can take a picture. Let me show you from the beginning. Now here. And now. Okay, so that was Unit 7. Okay, now let's go back and try to go and see what Unit 8 is all about. We're just going to do the test, all right? I want to show you the topics first. Unit 8 talks about history. So here we have in the beginning, the grammar in context, simple past of irregular verbs, the first part, okay? As listening skill practice, we saw visuals to help you understand, and vocabulary development was one more time expressions, okay? The second part, the grammar, simple past, negative, okay? And as a writing skill tip, using sequence words. Part 3, we talked about clothes in the vocabulary. We saw about fashion, remember, and how fashion evolved from the 50s until now. As reading skill tip, we saw scanning for specific information. And the grammar in context was simple past, yes, no questions, okay? The video lesson was about congratulating someone, so reacting to news, okay? So not only congratulating, but how to react to news in general, okay? So that was the topic of the video lesson. So here, let's see Unit 8 test. Just a second, let me go back here. All right, let's try one more time. Okay, now we got it, okay? So we have 3 parts, the grammar, the vocabulary, and the video. So let's see the grammar. Remember that Unit 8 will talk about the simple past of irregular verbs, okay? So let's see the first one. All right, people, are you okay? Yes, good. So let's see. Mabel well on her test last week. So when we have time expressions like these, okay, last week or yesterday or last month, it's an indication of simple past. So which verb should we use here? Obviously, the first one. So Mabel did well on her test last week. The next one. Jane and Pablo playing soccer. So we understand that it's a negative sentence. So how do we make the negative in the simple past? Okay, if you chose the second one, you are correct. Didn't like. because in the negative, the verb goes back to normal or base form. So we only use the auxiliary in the past. Okay? So Jane and Pablo didn't like playing soccer. Now, number 3, affirmative. Anna and Mikhail a lot of money on their trip. All right, if you chose spent, you are correct because it's the simple past of the verb to spend. Spent is the same as gastaram in Portuguese because here there are 2 people, Anna and Mikhail. So they spent a lot of money on their trip, okay? The verb spend here is in the present. So this is not the correct answer, okay? Now, number 4, you where the bank was. It's a negative sentence. All right, if you chose didn't know, you are correct because in the past, we use the verb in the base form and only the auxiliary stays in the past. So didn't know. Number 5, 3 days ago, he the subway to Times Square. 3 days ago is the same as 3 dias atrás. Okay? So, 3 dias atrás, he the subway to Times Square. So, what is the best option? Of course, he took the subway. Took is the past tense of the verb to take. Okay, so took is the correct option. Number 6, Nikita in Ukraine. It's a negative sentence. Yes, of course. Nikita didn't grow up in Ukraine. Então, a Nikita não cresceu na Ucrânia. So, Nikita didn't grow up. So, the verb remains in the base form. The auxiliary, yes, goes to the simple past. So, didn't grow up. Number 7, it's a question. So let's see. The answer is yes, she did. What is the question? Okay, if you chose the second option, you are correct. Because in questions, especially yes, no questions, the sequence is auxiliary, then subject, and then complement the verb, here we have the word really. So it goes before the verb. So did Ingrid really paint that? Okay. Now number 8. Bernice a cat when she was a child. It's negative. All right. Very good. So here we have Bernice didn't have a cat when she was a child. The verb is always in the base form when the sentences are negative or questions. Okay? Next one, number 9. The answer is no, he didn't. He caught the next one. Yes, the second, okay? Did Francois get to his train by 3 p.m.? No, he didn't. He caught the next one. And finally, number 10, the answer is yes, she did. All right, the first one. Did Mona sail her boat? Oh, yes, she did. Okay, let's check the answers. Perfect. If you want to review the dialogues, all right, great. So let me check out the time here. Only 5 minutes more, so then we have our break. Let's start the vocabulary from Unit 8. What did we learn there? Remember, we talked about clothes. So complete the sentences with the items from the box. There are 2 extra items. So here we have t-shirt, late, night, in, on, pair of shoes, dress, minutes, hat, jacket, pair of jeans, and ears. So let's see. The first one. Last at around 8 p.m., I talked to Being Fan on the phone. So here, the best option is night. So last night at around 8 p.m., I talked to Bean Fam on the phone. Okay. Now, number 2, it's okay to wear up to a cafe, but not to an expensive restaurant. Okay, here there are some options here. We have t-shirt, we have dress, hat, jacket, pair of jeans. But look at the sentence. It says here that it's okay to wear up to a cafe because it's informal, okay? But not to an expensive restaurant. So what is the best option here? So here, the best option is pair of jeans. Okay? Yeah, we can wear a pair of jeans to a cafe, but to an expensive restaurant, maybe not. Okay? Now, number 3. Fam was a business student in the 2000s, between 2006 and 2009. Years. Okay, we are referring to the years 2000s or in the 2000s. Okay, so number 4, it's important to wear a good to go walking. So pair of shoes. Okay, especially to go walking, right? So it's important to wear a good pair of shoes to go walking. Number 5, he finally left school 2009. So when we mention only the year, we should use preposition in, okay? If it's the year and the month, we use in. We only use preposition on in dates when we are talking about the day. When we mention the day, then we use the preposition on, okay? Now, number 6, many people wear a when they run. A hat, a jacket, no. A dress, no. A t-shirt, okay. All right. Next one. It didn't take him long to find a job. He became a salesperson here we should ignore the number, okay? This number here is a typo, so it doesn't mean anything. So he became a salesperson July 16th, 2009. Now we can use the preposition on, because here we are mentioning the day, okay? So here, on, all right? Now, number 8, Timothy wears a, when his hair looks bad. So what does he wear? All right, obviously a hat, okay? Now, number 9. 8 ago, the company won an award for good customer service. So what do you think? I think we have to change something here. Instead of saying in the years here, we should eliminate that and use here 8 years ago. It makes more sense, okay? So because here it's like 8 anos atrás, okay? So 8 years ago, it's better, right? Okay, 8 years ago, the company won an award. And here in number 3, we should use in the late 2000s, okay? Because it's no final dos anos 2000, okay? Between 2006 and 2009. So it makes more sense, okay? And now, Marina wears a in the winter time. So what does she wear in the winter time? Do you think she wears a dress in the winter time? No, she wears a jacket. Yes, okay. All right. So let's see here if you can visualize all the sentences, not everything, but you can take a first picture now from questions 1 to question 9. And then here, the last one. Let's check the answers. Perfect. Everything correct. So Unit 8, vocabulary, has to do with clothes, right? And also we saw time expressions to talk about when something happened and when to use prepositions like in, on, okay? So it's important to know that. All right. Okay, guys. Very good. So we can have our break now. And after the break, we will do the last part of the review here. from Unit 8, okay? And then we do Unit 9 test. So let's take a look. And I will also talk to you about the composition, about the writing, okay? So I will leave this one here. Remember, Unit 8 is about reacting to news. Okay, so here we have the first dialogues, but we are going to have a short break, and then after the break, we come back. Okay? So 10 minutes, now it's 10:22, so until 10:30, okay? Let's have some coffee and some water. We'll be back. Okay, guys, let's go back. So let's finish Unit 8 test. Okay, we are doing a review of Units 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so this is part 3 of Unit 8 test. This is what we call the English for real or the video lesson. Okay, and in this unit, the topic of the video lesson is reacting to news. Okay, so let's see that. Can you all see it? Yeah, so let's do it. Question: did you know it's my birthday today? Really? Two options. That's terrible, or happy birthday. Which one should we say? Of course, happy birthday. Okay. Then Naeem says, thanks. I'm a little sad because I don't have any plans. Erica says, oh, that's too bad, or that's great. So what do you think Erica says? All right. She says, that's too bad because her friend is a little sad and she expresses that. So her friend, of course, says, oh, that's too bad. Okay. And then Naeem continues. Also, my best friend didn't remember. So what do you think Erica says? Congratulations, I'm sorry, or that's terrible. Oh, I'm sorry. What do you think? Of course, the second one. That's terrible. I'm sorry. That's okay. Actually, something good happened today. A company I really like offered me a job. Whoa, how nice. So Erica says, hey, congratulations on your new job, or that's great on your new job. Congratulations. Okay, very good. Next, Naeem says, thank you. I got to see my new office today and I loved it. Erica says, that's great, or that's too bad. That's great. Okay. So this lesson is very simple. Okay. No big deal. Everything correct? Good. So if you want to take a picture, you can do it. Here you go. Remember these expressions because they will be on your test. Okay. All right, people. Great. So now let's go back and see what Unit 9 is all about. This is the third part. After we do this last task, I will talk to you about the writing and the project. Okay? So, Unit 9 is about comforts. Okay, so let's take a look there. Here we have the first part. Look, vocabulary, food, and drink. So the first part of Unit 9 will bring us some vocabulary on food and drink. The listening skill we had in this unit was about listening for detail. We saw the listening about comfort food at the farmer's market, and the grammar was countable and uncountable nouns. Okay? Things we can count and things we cannot count. Second part of Unit 9, we had a reading practice. It was about understanding the organization of a text, topic sentences, but this will not be in your test, okay? The reading practice was also about the same topic, right? Topic sentences. Now, the vocabulary was about furniture. Furniture is the word in English for mobília in Portuguese. Okay, so when we talk about furniture, we're talking about the things we have in the house, like sofa, table, we have the wardrobe, we have lamp, the bedside lamp, we can have a computer desk, all the furniture we have in the house, okay? Grammar in context, quantifiers, much, many, a lot. Okay, we also saw the use of some and any, how much and how many for questions. Okay. Part 3 of Unit 9 was about adjectives. And then here in the grammar, we saw the use of would like for requests and offers. So, for example, you can say, oh, I would like a cup of tea now. I would like a cup of tea now. Okay. Now, if I want to make an offer, I can say, would you like a cup of tea? Okay. In the writing skill, we saw connecting ideas with the word but. Okay. The fourth part was the video lesson. The title was That Looks Interesting. What was the topic? Accepting and rejecting offers, and always being polite. Okay? All right. The speaking part of the lesson was about ordering food and drink. Okay. So now let's see the task. Okay, let's try again. All right, here we go. Yes? Can you see that? Good. So let's see the main points of Unit 9. First, the grammar. So let's take a look there. Choose the correct words to complete the sentences and questions. Number 1, Nadia didn't buy rice at the store. The sentence is negative. So when it's negative, I cannot use some. So I can only use any. Okay? Here. So Nadia didn't buy any rice at the store. Okay? Number 2, I would like the artist. So which verb should we use there? I would like meeting or I would like to meet? What do you think? Very good. If you chose to meet, you are correct. After would like, we use infinitive. Okay? So I would like to meet the artist. Number 3, I drank tea at the cafe. So it's affirmative. So I drank, perfect, some tea at the cafe. So now we know that affirmative sentences, we should use some. Negative sentences, we should use any. Okay? Number 4, it's a question. Like to sit in this chair. So what is the verb? Yes. If it's a question, I should use the auxiliary first. So, would you like to sit in this chair? You are making an offer. Okay. Number 5, we need eggs to make breakfast. Here we have 2 options, an eggs or 6 eggs. Of course, the answer is 6 because an I can only use for singular. Okay, and here it's not singular. So we need 6 eggs. Now, number 6, people like to travel there. The options, many or much. Of course, people is countable. It's so much so that it's plural. So it's a countable noun. I should use many. Okay? Many people like to travel there. Number 7, it's a question. Visit the Eiffel Tower with me. Yes, the best option is the first one. Would you like to visit the Eiffel Tower with me? So you are inviting someone. Number 8, Amy and I make you a nice dinner. Now here it's affirmative. The second option, Amy and I would like to make you a nice dinner. Okay. Now, number 9, only $60? That's good job on finding a good price. Not many or not much? Here we are talking about money, all right? And money is uncountable. So here, what is the best option? All right, very good. Hello, good morning. Yes, everybody online. That's not much. Good job on finding a good price. Great. And finally, number 10, of the hotels were expensive in New York. So what is the best option? Remember, it's plural. Okay. So what do you think? Yes, if you said many, you are correct. Many of the hotels were expensive in New York. All right, let's check the answers. Great. Everything correct. So let's see from the beginning, and then you can print or take a picture. Now, the other numbers. Okay, people, great. Now let's see the second part of Unit 9 test. Remember, this is the vocabulary. And in Unit 9, we talked about comforts. So the beginning was food and drink. Okay, so let's see. Choose the correct word to complete each sentence. So the first one is from a plant. Which food or drink here is from a plant? What do you think? Of course, guys, bread. Yes, because this is from a plant. Eggs, they're from chicken, all right? They're not from a plant. And milk is from an animal, right? The cow. So bread is from a plant. Now, number 2 is from an animal. Now, that's easy. Yes, of course, meat. Meat is from an animal. Okay. Now, number 3. Here, they're talking about furniture. I love my new. It's so comfortable. So what do you love? Great. If you chose bed, you are correct. I love my new bed. It's so comfortable. Talking about my bed. Oh my God, I miss my bed terribly, especially today because it's a little cold, right? Number four, Jasmine turned on her to do some homework. What do you think? TV? No. Yes, her lamp, of course. To do some homework, you better turn on your lamp, not your TV. Okay. Number five, you can sit on any in the room. Where can you sit? Table? Oh no, don't do that. All right, you can sit on any chair in the room. Great. Jean Yan watched a program on tonight. This sentence is not right. There is a mistake here. Can you see the mistake?
Watch it tonight.
Yes.
Strange.
It's strange, isn't it?
At night, né?
Yeah. Okay. Because if we are talking about the past, they are using the verb here in the past. So it should be last night or today at night. Because suppose they're talking um, on the phone or I don't know where, but it's still night and it's still today. So imagine they are talking at around 11 p.m. and the program was at 8 o'clock, let's say. So tonight has an idea of today at night. I mean, later, it's like more like a future thing. So watch the program on TV tonight? No, this night or today at night or today simply, okay? Ian, Yang Yan watched the program on TV tonight. Yeah, okay. So is there any milk in the, what do you think, people? In the sofa? No. In the refrigerator? Yes, of course, right? So that's where we usually keep milk. So is there any milk in the refrigerator? Or here we could also say in the fridge. Okay. Number 8. Are you okay? You look. It should be something negative, right? Because I noticed that something is wrong, right? So you look terrible, okay? Now, number 9, I'm all right. I didn't sleep much last night. So I'm just thirsty. No. Thirsty is when you want to drink water and there is no water and you really want some. So you feel thirsty. But no, that's not thirsty. What do you think? Tired. Okay, great. And the last one, let's go get a coffee. Java Cafe is right now. What do you think? Excellent. Mm, just right now? Excellent? No. Better say open. Okay? Yes, they're open right now. Great. So that's super easy. All right, people. Vocabulary is very easy. Everything perfect. If you want, you can take a picture, but it has to be in parts because it's difficult to put everything here on the screen. So you can take a picture of numbers 1 and 2 first, then 3 and 4. Just a second. Let me organize here. 3 and 4. Now 5 and 6. Then 7 and 8. And then finally 9 and 10. All right, people, good. So let's see the last activity. So, excuse me.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. So choose the words to complete the conversation. Remember, Unit 9 talks about accepting and refusing offers. Okay? So, do you want some of this dessert I made? What do you think the sister said? I'd some. What is it? So do you think she said, I'd enjoy some or I'd love some? Yes, the second one. I'd love some. What is it? So when you accept, it's nice to say, I'd love some. Or
It's like it's stronger.
it's stronger and it's polite, okay? It's an apple pie. Mmm, yummy. Here, some ice cream with it. So what do you think the brother is saying? Have some ice cream or eat some ice cream?
We say as palavra.
Yeah, and not so polite. Okay? So have is more polite. Okay, people? All right? So have some ice cream with it. This is better to say than eat some ice cream. Next one here. The sister says something because she says, I milk. Remember. So she has some restrictions. What do you think she says here? Yes, please. And then I can't have any milk. So she wouldn't say yes, please. She would say, no, thank you. I can't have any milk. Remember, It would be okay because brothers and sisters, they can say, oh, I hate milk, remember? It would be all right, but not very polite, okay? But not that it's wrong to say, oh, I hate milk, remember? Okay? I can't have any milk. So let's say she has some health restrictions, okay? The brother says, oops, sorry. Like to have some hot coffee on the side instead? So now he makes an offer. Yes. Would you like to have some hot coffee on the side instead? Oh, okay. Thanks. So apple pie and coffee. Perfect. Oh my goodness.
I have never tried double pie.
Never. Oh, you should. It's delicious. It is really good. So let's check everything correct. So please, guys, take a picture or print. Yes, here I think you can see everything. Mhm. Remember, when you make an offer, it's polite to say, would you? Okay, to begin. Would you like this or that? Would you like some coffee? Would you like some water? Okay. All right, people. Great. Awesome. So here we are done. It's kind of hot here, isn't it? I don't know about you, but I'm feeling hot.
Yeah, the air conditioner, I think it's broken.
Yeah. All right. Let's. Okie dokie, people. So we've seen unit 7, 8, and 9. Now let's talk about the writing. So what is the writing going to be about? So let's see our book. Let's see if it's open somewhere. No. So I'm going to try one more time. If it doesn't work, I'm going to use the app. Let's see if it works now. Oh my God. The keys, they are kind of hard. Sometimes we strike them and they don't go. They kind of get stuck here, I guess because the keyboard is old. So let's go straight on to the units so we can see the possible writing assignments, okay? Let me clear this. Guys, let me show you here, if you have the book, at the back of the book, the final part, you have a review of the units. So here, as you can see, it's a review of Unit 7, okay? Just to show you that you have access to that. This is page 100 something. Let me see here. 165, okay? So here you have all the topics from Unit 7. You can check it out. The next one, Unit 8. Look, the review with more information for you, okay? how to use the verbs in the simple past, regular and irregular, okay? Questions, how to make questions. So this is 166, as you can see here. Look, all right? And then next one, look, Unit 9, countable and uncountable nouns, when to use some, when to use any, okay? And then the other ones here, the quantifiers, okay? So everything is here, including would like, for requests and offers, okay? So this one is 167. Okay, people, so you have everything summarized for you on those 3 pages, okay? So now, let me try to get you to the reading part. To the writing part, sorry. Oh, I went way back. Let me try to go here to the right page. Okay, here we are. Okay, guys, so this is Unit 7. I was trying to reach that page, but I wasn't so sure. So remember that lesson, yes? So this is the beginning of Unit 7, okay? And the unit starts by talking about the weather, okay? Then here we talked about our favorite weather. And then it starts with the simple past of verb to be. So, of course, guys, in your writing, you should use a text in the simple past, okay? So here we have more examples giving reasons for things using because. So it's important in your writing to use sentences with because, okay? Then here we have the dates, how to talk about the dates. Then in this lesson, we saw examples of women in flight, women that have become famous because they were the first ones to do something, okay, important in this field. So here we have some dates again. Questions in the simple past. And then we get to this part where we talk about going around the world, being a volunteer. So then we saw the simple past of regular verbs, okay? They finished with ed, like this, okay? And here we have the video lesson, apologizing. Remember, I guess Andy was late for his study group. There is a meeting for him and his friends to study about something, and he arrives late, I think. Something happens. And then here we have some examples, right, on how to apologize. Okay. Then moving on. The final part, excuses. Okay. Making excuses. So reasons for apology. Okay. Here we have some ready sentences. Look, I'm really sorry for not helping you yesterday. I was very busy. Sorry, I can't go to the movies with you tonight. I have a big test tomorrow. Or I missed your party because I was sick. Sorry about that. Okay. Then we start unit 8. Okay. I'm just browsing here. I'm flicking through the pages to show you the content we learned in the units. Okay, so you know the material you have to explore when writing. Okay, here we talked about the Ritz Hotel and simple past of irregular verbs. Okay, so here we have the irregular verbs from the lesson. Of course, the list is much longer. Here we talked about this hotel here called the Ritz and the story behind it. We saw some time expressions because when you talk about the past, it's important to know how to use the time expressions, okay? So in the early 1800s or in the late 80s, okay? Here we have the timeline of a person. Just to give examples of how to talk about what happened to a person's life in this format. Okay. So we wrote our timelines. And here we have a text about this guy, Gilberto's bio. Okay. And here it's interesting because we can use this writing as a model for the writing in our test. Look, here he talks about his family, where he grew up. Okay, so let's take a look here. I was born in a small town near Lisbon in 1980, and I grew up in Portugal with my parents and grandparents. I didn't have brothers or sisters. I began high school in 1994 and finished in 1998. After that, I went to the University of Lisbon. And then he starts talking about his life, especially in relation to education and job. Okay. But he mentions his family here. So here we have a good example of an account about your life in the past. Okay. So here they call our attention to the use of the simple past negative. Okay. And how to use sequence words. Look, like 1 year later, after that, then, next, later. So it's nice when you're writing to use sequence words, okay? Look. So here they encourage us to write our biography using the timeline and Gilberto's bio to help us. So here, give reasons, use capital letters correctly and everything. Here they start talking about clothes, 8.3. So here we have simple past, yes, no questions. Okay, guys. And then here, talking about clothes again, okay? And this is the point 4 lesson, which talks about reacting to news. So here we go. Here we have the phrases as examples, right? Here we have the last part of Unit 8, making history. So here we saw the story of this athlete here. This writing here, or this topic, is about choosing a sports event or other achievement from history you're interested in, and then you can say what happened, when it happened. So the writing will not be exactly about this, okay? And then finally, Unit 9, comfort. So the first one is food, okay? So comfort food, we saw the idea of comfort food. We saw this video about the woman, I think Jean, her name, right? Yes, and she's shopping at farmer's market near her house. We saw countables and uncountables. We saw this idea of camping, but in a glamorous way with a lot of comfort, so-called glamping. Then we discussed about it and we got the topic of furniture. So we saw some items of furniture in this unit. And we practiced quantifiers. Much, many, a lot. Here we have the questions and the answers, okay? So here, there is another paragraph that we can use as a model, okay, about our family, because the writing in the test will be about your family, okay? So this one here is good. So here we have sequence words, we have because, right? So it's nice. So you can use this text here as a model if you want to talk about a vacation with your family. Okay, guys, this is page number, let me see, 104, okay? All right, people, so this is one example. Here it's about adjectives to describe places, people, and both, okay? Here we saw some messages introducing the idea of would like, right? For offers and requests, okay? Then connecting ideas with but. So here we have some examples, okay? Let me show you the answers to that. here, number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So you have the idea when you use but that you are contrasting two opposing ideas. Okay. All right. So here it's all about the places you want to visit, the things that you want to see, but this is not going to be in your task. This is about accepting and refusing offers. Remember, they are cooking and they want to share whatever they made. So here we have examples of some typical dishes from England, like bubble and squeak, steak and kidney pie, mac and cheese, which is from the US. Okay. Look, accepting and rejecting offers. Okay. And then the last part from Unit 9, which is ordering food and drink. Okay. So here we have some vocabulary about it. We put some expressions here that we use when we go to a restaurant. Okay, and when we place our order, we usually use I'd like, but there are other options too. Okay, look, can I have some, or could I have some, or can I get, right? All right. And then that's the last part. So to help you with the writing, the best option there would be page 104. Okay. Let me see here if I can share with you a writing tip. Okay, guys. Let's take a look there. So you have 104 as a tip. Okay, guys. We still have some minutes. Okay, so stay there. Let me try to show you that. I will stop presenting here and then I will show you Ana Carolina, Samuel, Jennifer, Isabella, something important about writing. Okay, so let's take a look. Let me show you. I'm trying to open here the file so you have an idea of what you need to write for your task. Okay, so here you go. Write a blog post about the history of your family. Write about these things. Where? Oh my goodness, what happened? Sorry. Yeah, here you go. Where your family comes from and places they moved to, important years and dates, any important people in your family. So it's like that. You can say, you can use that Gilberto's example and also the other one from page 104, okay, as an example for you to write. So if you want, you can prepare your writing in advance. All right, people? So that's a great idea. All right, people. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you, Samuel, Jennifer, Ana Carolina, Isabella, and everybody who is watching the video. Make sure you study for your test, review the lessons, unit 7, 8, and 9, and then we can talk about the project next week. Okay, guys? Focus on your test. Okay? Thank you very much for coming, and I hope to see you again next week. All right? Excuse me, guys. Have a nice week, everybody. Take care. Bye bye.